John Cena. Bum, ba-dum, bum. A name that constantly we're going to be hearing a lot in the coming months and definitely the coming year in relation to our beloved Transformer franchise. Being a wrestling fan, I'm used to hearing that name all the time anyway, so it's not a big deal. But
Yeah.
John Cena recently was interviewed for the Digital Spy, and he mentioned something that just totally caught me off guard and everyone else by surprise. He was quoted to saying that the Bumblebee movie is a wonderful reboot of the franchise. And right away, that's us going like, "Whoa, wait, hold on." So
Duh?
so this is not like a prequel story that's part of the Michael Bay verse continuity. This is something that's a brand new reboot. He was just quoted like I'll read the actual quote here. It says it's a wonderful reboot of the franchise. It was awesome to be involved with that franchise and was a pleasure to be asked to be a part of the movie. But I took the part because it was a challenge for me. It's something I haven't been able to showcase, and that I wanted to. I guess when he did the Marine, that wasn't enough for him.
Well,
Which
well, that was his own like specific vehicle, but I guess it's
the Marine.
I think it's everything he's kind of learned up to this point because I know he has another movie coming out where he plays like a concerned parent in a comedy, and it's called Cock Block.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that one. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's supposed to be like an everyman, but he's such a buff
yeah.
everyman, but it's more of a comedy
It's hard to
though.
be an everyman when you're 360 pounds of muscle. But yeah, so this is a very interesting revelation coming from the guy that we cannot see. It's quite interesting that he mentions this because now this kind of tells us because remember Michael Bay made a comment a while back that they were going to be going in an all new direction and possibly might be a reboot. But between me and you, we know Michael Bay, we can't take everything seriously that we hear.
Yeah.
So, but this now coming from John Cena, who's a pretty awesome guy and
hmm
has no reason to just be talking out of his butt. Um, this looks like this could be something real because we know that Bumblebee's turning into a Volkswagen Beetle.
hmm
We know that this is something that's like what we thought was a prequel, like a beginning kind of thing.
Yeah,
So this
exactly.
this might be the beginning of a brand new franchise, a brand new continuity, a new beginning in the same way that, we had like, a new Spider-Man movie that
hmm
just opened up to a brand new continuity or when we have a new Fantastic Four movie where it's just there's no line written in the sand. It's just we did one movie, we did another movie. Now we're going to do another movie, but it's going to be a whole new cast and a whole new take. And we see this a lot with Hollywood now, more than ever, where there's attempts at a franchise, and if it goes stale, they just hit the reset button. We saw that
Yeah.
with Superman. We saw that with Batman. We saw that recently with Fantastic Four and Spider Man. Um, it's no surprise if, like we've heard, Hellboy might be another one that might be getting that soon too, if I
hmm
remember correctly.
I heard about it, but part of me wants me to see them finish that trilogy and then move on, then reboot, not just reboot and not finish
Well,
that trilogy that those two is it Benicio del no Guillermo del Toro and what's his name, the guy that plays Hellboy.
I know who you're talking
uh
about. Yeah.
yeah. Like they have like one story they want to finish off, and that's it. I just say give it to them. But oh
So
well.
again, so it's interesting that now we know. If John Cena's words are to be taken, for gospel here, this means that we are go. I'm hoping number one, not only is this a reboot, but this could be a whole new, not just like when Michael Bay says new direction. I'm hoping more than just that. I'm hoping artistic direction. I'm hoping storytelling direction. I'm hoping that robots play a bigger role in this of the center stage. I hope that the artistic direction. I mean, some movie designs are great. A lot of them I'm not a big fan of. So
Right.
it's something that could be very interesting to see in the future.
I
Maybe
would like to see more talking on Bumblebee's part.
part of me feels that again, if this is a new continuity, there's no reason for him not to talk. There's
He
no.
keeps saying that, and then he just doesn't
Yeah,
talk.
I know.
Or he'll start to talk, and then they'll take it away to the next movie. That it's just like, come on, let the
Part of me
kid
also
talk.
feels that I think that originally, because I mean when we were looking at this, we knew that like, oh, John Cena is going to be part of Sector 7 or something, so we were
Hmm.
making all these ties to the the actual Michael Bay movie continuity here. But you know
Right,
what, if this truly is a reboot, I think that part of it might have been an answer to the lukewarm reception that Age of Extinction, The Last Night got recently.
right.
Maybe it was something that when it was originally being produced and it was originally being planned, it was going to be a prequel movie, which a lot of, I mean, up to this point, that's what we all thought. We all thought
Hmm.
this was going to be a prequel movie, but maybe because of the recent reception, they're probably going like, you know what? Why don't we go in a different direction? Why
Yeah.
don't we do something different? And it's not the first time in Transformers that a series would come around and part of us goes, well, is this in the continuity? Is this not in the continuity? Is this its own thing? When Beast Wars first came around, we were kind of confused. When Car Robots came around, we were kind of confused. Like,
Hmm.
is it in the continuity? Is it not in the continuity? And so it's the same thing now. Now we got a movie where we're now it's going to start questioning: is it a prequel? Is it not tied to it? It's interesting, and it's funny because it's the same way how we had one Hulk movie, then we had another Hulk movie, and it was just like those two aren't even tied together, and they were so close together, and then that one somehow the last one was tied into the Avengers movie, but it's a different actor, but it's supposed to be the same character, the same Bruce Banner, but we're not supposed to. It's
Yeah, yeah.
we're so
I mean,
used.
I mean that's going to happen. The difference between animation and live action is that humans die.
Yep, people get old,
Franchises
actors get old.
franchises just continue on.
Yeah, they
You
keep
know,
moving forward. Look at Hugh Jackman. He had
well,
to play an old.
look at Bill Bixby.
Yeah, well,
He
no,
was
but
the he was one of, he was the first live action Incredible Bruce Banner.
yeah, but I think I bring up Hugh Jackman because it's like when we think about the first truly successful superhero movie, we
Hmm.
look back at that first X-Men, and then when
Right.
we think about like and it was Hugh Jackman, he was there when the ground was running, and literally he stayed that character the entire run. And his last movie was literally an old man Logan because
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman
exactly.
got old. You know,
Well,
he,
one, Hugh Jackman got old, and two, it's just like I can't keep
doing this forever.
maintaining this physique, this body. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get tired. I'm gonna die eventually. You know what I
So
mean?
so it's the same
Like
thing
he,
where
like imagine, like look up what he had to eat every day, and then the workout he had to do. Try it, and then just imagine trying to maintain that for that long. Especially when you have other talents. I mean, that guy does do Broadway stuff. So I
and
mean, he.
you know what, and
Sorry.
and it's a good thing. No, it's fine. I always appreciate like the extra information that comes from this kind of stuff because it's something that I'm happy that at least with the Transformer brand, if we should value the robot characters more than the human actors, anyways. So
Hmm.
they could be interchangeable and replaceable, and it won't affect us much. I'm pretty sure a lot of us didn't miss Shia, didn't miss Megan Fox that much.
Yeah.
Like we all went into Age of Extinction and even Dark of the Moon when Megan was replaced. We all went into those movies kind of going, you know what? We really need more robots and more robot communication and more robot character development and scenes. And we kept not getting that.
Yeah.
But I mean, and we go into every movie hoping. And I know I'll go into this one hoping, and then we're going to probably have another long winded review. But again, John Cena, interesting piece of information you gave us, mister. So we'll see what comes of this. Maybe there's going to be a retracted statement
Yeah.
in the future. But as it stands right now, it sounds like we're standing on a reboot of a whole new movie continuity.